I just hope the Prime Minister goes to him. There's 2,000 people, only about 15 questions can be answered, and about 45 minutes into the event, Prime Minister Trudeau did. He went to the gentleman and he said, "What's your question, sir?" And the individual waited for the microphone. He was handed the microphone, and he said, "I'm from Syria. Thank you." And it was such a powerful moment. There were tears you could see in everyone's eyes. He didn't have a question. He wanted to say to the Prime Minister of Canada, "Thank you for your leadership." And I have to say, just before I open my remarks today, here in London, we're the 6th largest community in Ontario, and we welcomed the 3rd largest number of Syrian refugees to our community in the province. And that's because of our community. Our community opened its arms and welcomed our new neighbors and our friends. And so I know that we're not there yet, but that was a powerful moment, and it was a moment, I think, that left me feeling proud to be a Canadian. Locally, diversity and inclusion are massive priorities for your City Council. And they're also, of course, such an important priority for our community. This is why we've identified the need to create the Community Diversity and Inclusion strategy in our strategic plan. We know that the answers about what we should be doing next, about how to tackle issues like this, how to tackle racism in our community, for example, those answers are not going to come from within the walls of City Hall. They need to come from the community. And when we reached out to the community to say, can you come, can you join us, can you share your ideas, can we develop a plan that's the community's plan, we certainly did not expect to see hundreds of Londoners answer the call and come and give their time and give their opinion and provide us with direction. So this is an important moment for all of us, but this is also, I don't mean to diminish it too negatively, only a meeting. And it's important for us to come together, and it's important for us to talk, and it's important for us to meet. But what's more important is at the end of this process, that we work together and that we take action. And that's my commitment to you. That's City Council's commitment to you, that your time is valuable, that the time you spend here today and throughout the process, it's going to make a difference, and we're going to take action. So again, thank you all for being here, and I look forward to seeing the product of all of your hard work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor Brown, and I think it's really important that we start this conversation off with clearly hearing from the Mayor and City Council about their commitment to implementing the work that we're going to do together over the next couple of months. So before we dive into the morning, we'd like to provide just a few comments to set the stage about what exactly it is that we're here to do today and over the next 3 months. So as the Mayor mentioned, when Londoners elected new City Council in 2014, they created a strategic plan, which is basically the document that says, here's what we're going to do over the next 4 years. And one of the things that was added and flagged as a priority in that plan was to create something new called a Community Diversity and Inclusion Strategy. And there isn't much more detail yet about what that looks like. That's actually for us to develop together. But it's something that helps us to support all Londoners to feel engaged and involved in our community. And those are really important words. Bias, experience discrimination, experience racism, experience oppression in a number of ways. And it's not okay. We know that we need to do better as a city, and we know that we need to come up with some specific ways to be able to move our community forward. And so essentially that's our task over the next few months. Together is to write a plan that tells us how, not just as the corporation of the City of London, but how as a community and how we're going to do that. So we are going to take 3 months. We're going to write a plan, and we don't know what that looks like yet, but it needs to include 3 specific things. It can include more things, but it needs to include these 3 things. So the first one, and this is something that we'll be working on together today, is a vision. So if we know that London has to do better, what is it that that would look like? What would a better London in the future look like? And it's got to go beyond the flowery language. How will we know it when we see it? So we We need to be able to paint that vision and get people excited about it. The second thing, and this is also something we're going to be working on today, is a statement of commitment. So if we've got that vision for the future, what are the specific things that we need to commit to, that we'd ask City Council to commit to, that we'd ask maybe other London organizations to commit to? So if we want to get to that vision, how are we going to do it? And then the third piece, and this one we're not going to work on today, but this will be the focus of the next meeting when we meet in February, is those specific concrete deliverables. What are the strategies that we need to do over the next couple of years to be able to do that? So that's kind of in a nutshell.
On behalf of the City Council for being a part of this today. There are things in life that we have to do. There are things in life that we choose to do. And you've chosen to be here. You've chosen to make a commitment to make our city better. We're off to a great start. And I want to thank you all very much for being passionate about this issue. The last thing I want to say is to our two facilitators. Let's put our hands together. They were as